First day of autumn 2024. I'm out on Saginaw Bay, like always. It's kind of crowded out here today. It's like everybody said, oh, it's the first day of autumn. We can't go out on the boat. But anyway, this is my 1954 QD-15. It's Johnson 10 horse. Maybe you're familiar with it. It's the one with the seahorse cast right into the leg. See how clear the water is today. And can you see it? See it down there? Right there. But anyway, it came with a pressure tank and the 2-line system. I did not have a fuel pump. I didn't necessarily care for that because I've got a bunch of tanks, and sometimes they work good and sometimes they don't. And I know I can get the kits to redo the gaskets and the O-rings and all that, but I'd rather just switch it over to a fuel pump. So what I did was I took the bypass cover that came with the motor, on the motor, and on the outside of it, I'll be looking I think I might have another video of what it looks like. If I don't, I'll put one up. But then I filled it in layer by layer with DevCon. It's a metal, it's a plastic-based metal patch and fill product. And it gets hard enough at 4,000 psi or better. Hard enough to machine and thread and all that. But I filled the outside of that cover because I did not want to get rid of that cover and switch to just a flat plate like some guys do. Because if you look at your bypass cover when you take it off on any motor you're working on, it's going to have a certain design to it, and shape, radius, and a direction of flow for the fuel. And when a guy takes that off and throws it aside and puts a flat plate on it, he's losing all that benefits of that. Sure, they might run, but some of the performance is being robbed. So what I did was I filled that in, and finally, after about 6 days of layering it until it was all the way flush, I sanded it down flat. And my brother is a machinist, and he machined a plate it's the same shape as the bypass cover. And I put a gasket between that with some Permatex number 2. But before I assembled all that, I drilled and tapped it with an 1827 pipe thread. And then I put a brass barbed fitting on it. And that's where I pick up my pulse. And then I used I'm not going to take the hood apart. So there's another video with the hood off. It'll be going up pretty soon. It's a Tillotson FP5 pulse pump, and I picked it up off of, I was looking at some old Clinton outboards that I had, and I said, wow, look at that fuel pump. That is a Tillotson. I'm going to keep that for something. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, and then I started thinking about this little plan here, so that's what I did. And I got the like on a Johnson or Evinrude fuel pump, you got the 2 screws and the gasket, and you screw it right to the bypass cover. When the motors were in the 60s, they had fuel pumps. This doesn't have that. It has the pulse fitting is a threaded fitting. And so I went to the Ace Hardware in town, and I got some close nipples and whatnot. And in the other video, you'll see. But put that all together, and it's hard piped right to the carburetor. There's only 2 lines coming off, and one's for fuel supply, and the other one is for fuel from the I lost my train of thought. It's starting to rain. But anyway, there's only 2 fuel lines, and let's go. Enough of my yakking, right? like it. You too can do the same thing. You don't have to get fancy with your aluminum plate, but you can do anything. If you don't have a brother laying around that's a machinist, you can make something similar. Hacksaw, files, grinders, whatever, If you need to know any more information, you can always message me on Facebook or leave a comment here. Thanks for watching.